All right, we're going to talk about something that I think you should pay attention to. Don't like that. Ohio Republicans introduce multi-bill package to mandate cooperation with ICE. It's weird that the party that always talks about like states' rights and shit like that are pushing for falling in line with the federal government's agenda. Republican lawmakers in the Ohio House of Representatives introduced a sweeping legislative package designed to compel local cooperation with federal immigration enforcement, sparking a sharp partisan battle over state sovereignty and public safety. Looks like it's four separate bills, and they are calling it the cooperation package. It would effectively ban sanctuary city policies, criminalize undocumented presence as a state felony, and mandate access for federal agents in sensitive locations such as hospitals. Okay, so let's talk about that for a second. They want to make it a state felony just to be present in the state of Ohio undocumented. It is currently federally a civil offense to be undocumented in the United States. They want to make it a felony just for being here without papers. Land of the free, right? They also want guaranteed access to sensitive locations such as hospitals. This would effectively cut off a lot of the undocumented population from being able to receive urgent health care, because who's going to go to the fucking ER if they feel like they're going to be sent to prison for it? You know what I mean? The lead sponsor is Representative Josh Williams. Don't know him, but fuck that guy. Characterized the measures as necessary steps to align Ohio with federal law and address costs associated with unauthorized immigration. This fucking tired talking point. I swear to God, the Republicans love to leech off this idea. I made a video about this already. You can see it here. Undocumented and immigrants in general are not leeching off the United States. We are actually benefiting quite substantially from them being here. This is just a flat out lie to hide the fact that this is just more fucking control that they're trying to grab. Democrats and civil rights groups immediately condemned the proposal, arguing they would erode trust in local law enforcement and deter vulnerable populations from seeking emergency medical care. Yeah, I already said that it would stop them from seeking medical care, but yeah, eroding trust in local law enforcement. If you are still of the belief that local law enforcement is going to protect you if shit kicks off, you're living in a fantasy world, okay? Nobody's coming to save us. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to scare everybody, but there is not some like amazing imaginary force that is just going to come in and stop the federal government from overreaching. You know what I mean? Like that's not going to happen, I promise you. House Bill 26, mandatory police cooperation. This is the cornerstone of the package. It would prohibit local governments from enacting sanctuary policies that limit cooperation with federal immigration officials. Legislation mandates that all law enforcement agencies in Ohio comply with detainer requests from U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, also known as ICE. It explicitly removes the discretion local departments currently have to prioritize other public safety issues over federal civil immigration violations. Let's dissect that. They want the local police to be more involved in finding undocumented immigrants than they are in maintaining law and order. They want them to stop everything they're doing when ICE comes to town and just hunt down all the brown people, basically. You know, that's what it's coming down to. The bill also includes an emergency clause, meaning it would take effect immediately upon the governor's signature, bypassing the normal 90-day waiting period. It's kind of weird, right? They're trying to make it happen instantaneously. House Bill 200. This is the state felony bill. House Bill 200 would make unauthorized presence in Ohio a state crime. Under the proposal, an individual found to be guilty in the state without legal documentation would be guilty of a fifth-degree felony. This provision would grant local and state police the authority to arrest individuals solely on the basis of their immigration status, a power traditionally reserved for federal agents. Not like there's anything better we could be doing right now, all right? This is the hospital access portion. This requires hospitals and mental health centers to grant federal immigration agents access to their premises for enforcement operations. I mean, I don't even need to say it. They're not going to go get help if, you know, and that's actually the whole point of this. They know that it's going to stop people from going to get help. They are trying to be as cruel as they possibly can. And anybody who can't see that is either lying to themselves or just flat out stupid. I mean, there's really no beating around the bush on that. House Bill 554, obstruction of justice, expands the definition of obstruction of justice under Ohio law. This bill would make it a felony to physically impede or interfere with federal immigration agents during the performance of their duties. This can include actions such as blocking a doorway. They want you to be a felon for standing in a doorway. House Democrats have introduced a competing safeguard package. Their proposal seeks to prohibit schools, places of worship, playgrounds, stuff like that from being places that ICE can get to. This entire thing is just designed to squeeze tighter on people's freedoms, and it's almost like a psychological thing where they don't want them to be able to go get help, whether it's physical or mental, at the risk of being locked in a cage or deported if they're lucky. If you're against this, call your representatives, let them know, send them some letters, email them. Wanted to double back and say, Representative Josh Williams, fuck you, by the way, for trying to pass this scumbag bill.